invited the people to do this video with me, I made one mistake. I invited nothing but confident people. So naturally, everyone that you see on this video isn't really gonna have a problem with complexion because everyone loves themselves in their own skin that they're in, whether it be dark, light, or somewhere in between. I tried to be strategic in my picking. I tried to get somebody for each complexion, boy and girl of each.
Never judge a book by its cover. The reason why I'm saying that because, let's say like light-skinned people, period, light-skinned people. Everybody think light-skinned people so cocky, emotional.
I can't say that it affects me. I'm sorry. I'm not light-skinned and I'm not dark-skinned. I'm like a caramel latte, really. But I mean, like everybody's been saying, it's about who you are. Complexion really doesn't mean anything to me because you could be purple, blue, or black. And if I love you, I love you. That's nothing to do with anything. But I can't say that for everybody else. It's really getting out of hand the way people treat light-skinned people and dark-skinned people and brown-skinned people. The fact that we really got broken down into 3 separate groups is insane when we all come from the same place. And it makes me uncomfortable because that really doesn't matter, like to me at all. Because like biracial, if I had sex with a white man and we had a little biracial baby, then what?
When I date, what do I look for? I do look for a red bone. I'm sorry. I just felt like light-skinned girls appeal more to me, but dark-skinned women are definitely cool. That dawned on me like last year. They really started to dawn on me, like brown and dark-skinned women.
Now, brown-skinned people, brown-skinned period is like we the best. We winning.
One thing I find very peculiar is that with myself, I really don't know where on the spectrum I am. Like, people say I'm brown skinned, but I prefer the term dark skin.
Well, the topic at hand, you know, is skin complexion. As you can see, I'm light skinned, but I probably look brown skinned right now. But in my experience, by me being quote, light skinned, I never had nothing like a bad rep or anything like that. The only thing that happened to me bad, I was always teased because I was, in a sense, I guess, light skinned. Elementary school, middle school, not high school. Everyone used to make fun of me saying that, oh, he's light skinned, he's too, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but they would say things like he's gay, this and that. Just idiotic things, you know. And as I grew up and matured, I realized that skin complexion doesn't even play a part in my personal life because I don't care about skin complexion. Person to person. Skin complexion matters, but I think it's over marginalized, and I think that people pay too much attention to someone's skin complexion. You got, especially in the African American culture, it's, you have light skin, brown skin, dark skin, shades in between those things, and I feel as though if you aren't a certain complexion, you are kind of discriminated upon, or people assume things because you are a certain complexion. By me being light skinned, people automatically assume I'm conceited, cocky, all this nonsense. In a sense, I can be kind of conceited, but I mean, it's not overly conceited, which I would say is confidence. But then you have people who are brown skin or dark skin who discriminate upon light skinned people, or say, I don't date light skinned people, or I don't like dark skinned girls, I don't like brown skinned girls or guys, whatever the case may be. I feel as though you don't necessarily know if you'll like that person until you give them a chance to actually get to know them, who they actually are. You can't just assume because of what everyone else says about a light-skinned person in particular that they may have dealt with, that is actually factual based. Someone can say, oh, Jamal he's rude, blah, blah, blah. Now they're going to take that and assume that all light-skinned people are like that, which isn't actually true. Unless you've dated every light-skinned person in the world and they're all rude. So you can't do that. And I feel as though people can't, like he said, you can't judge a book by its cover. You just can't. You got to open up that book and read the words and get to the ending before you even have room to even think about judging that person. And that's my personal take on it.
I wouldn't say that I ever really cared, like me personally, but I think that's just a confidence thing. I think that if it wasn't for me inheriting the confidence of my father, I would be fucked. I grew up in a predominantly light-skinned family.
I feel like society now is stuck on a Willie Lynch syndrome, meaning let me stop there. The paper bag syndrome. All started with clubs in Harlem. You got a brown paper bag. They like, oh, your skin not light enough to get in. Like, I feel like we stuck in that mind frame.
People have perceived different things about me because of my complexion. Only because I think that's the way society makes it now. Society has a big part in what people think about other people without even getting to know them. You know, just because of the color of your skin, or maybe because what you have that someone else doesn't. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're all people. People are people. Whatever color you are, it doesn't really matter.
First, when they used to play with me about my skin complexion, I used to feel some type of way. But now I just don't care. Because I like my skin complexion.
I realized, like, you can be ugly in any complexion. Like, complexion won't save you. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to be lighter because, like, people's veins be showing and it's nasty. And brown skin people, we look so good in the light. Like, we, like, flourish and, like, well, those dark skin people, like that melanin, it looks so nice, you know. I don't look pale. Like, that's disgusting.
A lot of light-skinned brothers, you feel me, they be thinking that, you know, they above someone or they God. I don't think like that. I'm straight humble at its best.
One thing I think that nobody touched on yet was the fact that people are changing their complexions. And I'm not talking about skin bleach, Michael Jackson talking. I'm talking about everyday, contoured, white powdered down girls who happen to change their skin complexion. Like I know you're this complexion. I seen you in the market. But now I see you on Instagram and you lighter than Michael. And it might be your flash, but I think there's a bigger problem to that. And the problem comes in when you take your makeup off and you aren't happy with yourself.
I've dated light skinned guys, and I mean, they're fine, but I don't know. I just always look for dark skinned guys because they're really cute. And they just have this demeanor to them, to me.
More people started saying, started saying they like my skin complexion. So then I started, okay, yeah, that gave me more confidence.
Being my skin complexion has never affected me and my self-esteem. Only because I don't really look at color and I don't really judge people by color. I mean, a lot of people make different assumptions based off color, but, you know, it never really got to me or never, you know, bothered me.
Did my skin complexion ever affect me growing up or my self-esteem? No. I always was happy and content with what I looked like. I look in the mirror every day, I feel that's just a blessing right there. I mean, I am not being arrogant, it's just I'm content and I'm confident in who I am and what I'm going to become. So, I mean, I don't ever judge other people or their skin complexion or what they look like. We are people.
I started saying like dark skin, like African, they was beautiful. So I was like, oh yeah, I like my skin complexion even more, saying across the country.
I date brown skin guys. And I date darker shaded guys because maybe it is the assumption that light skinned guys are really cocky, and I don't want anyone that acts like me. So, you know, I just like the way brown skinned guys look.
We are in 2015. The way that people are going about this is it has to stop, because I'm gonna love who I love at the end of the day, and it really, really doesn't matter. And I hope people can feel the same way for me, if I'm caramel, latte, or not. But it doesn't affect me, and I don't want it to affect my kids either.
I find it to be very difficult to live in a world where I'm already being judged by my skin color, and now I'm being judged by my skin complexion. Does that even make sense? Does it even make sense for black people to care about what the next complexion of black person is? I mean, at the end of the day, nigga, you black. Which means that you are already thought as inferior to some people. And that's like your real problem right there. You know what I'm saying? But I think it has a lot to do with the person's mindset and where they hear at, what they feel.
It's like racism among our own people in a sense, which is not good. And I think that it's 2015. I think that we need to really get out of that bubble and step out of that bubble and be confident in our complexion, confident that we are African American, confident that we can do whatever we want to do, regardless of what anyone has to say, regardless of history, because history is history. It's in the past. You can always overcome the past. You just gotta let everything go and just get over that hump and just do it. And I feel as though our generation now is the strongest generation. We have the most say-so, and we, in the mind, I feel as though we're psychologically smarter than we think we are. We just gotta unlock that. And once we do that, this whole discussion about complexion, racism, materialism, etc., will be out the door, and we'll just be better as a whole, as a unit, as African Americans, and just as a world in general. And I think that we can do it. We just gotta work. Just work harder than we have been.
While I'm wasting my time, I got the game all on my side. And nobody can stop me now. Spend it on diamonds and gold chains. I don't need them now, I'm just trying to stay entertained. Now I got a lot of balance, just trying to be the main thing.
We'll come back and want you, dog. So just understand, man. I'm the Dawn, man. You feel me, dog? This is the Dawn shit. That untouchable. That you ain't touching with. You ain't fuck it.